Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and we're on the Jules Peaceful Valley map. I'm Jewel, and as you can see, what is that in the back there? That's a bunker. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do that. How to add this and make it work. So let's get started. So what we got here is this pretty big one. It's the large one. It's the BGA bunker silo. So what you can do is, depending on if you have a placeholders folder or not, if you do have one, then after you bring it in and put it where you want it, then you're going to want to click on it and use your middle mouse button and put it in the placeholders folder. And if you don't have a placeholders folder and you don't want to bother with a placeholders folder, then after you put it there and we do our placeables XML information with all this, then you're going to delete it. So what we're going to do first, in this case, since I got to show you how to do it, is I'm going to delete mine. So I'm going to delete this. Okay, I've already prepped the spot, so you're going to want to prep your spot. So get that situated however you want. You can do concrete, you can come around with concrete, whatever you want to do. In order to get rid of the grass, you're going to click on this terrain foliage paint mode. And you're going to roll. Make sure you can use it this on add and it'll still take it away. It's supposed to, let me see. Oh, I got to go down. Hang on. We're going to go down to grass. Where we're at. Let me look. There we go. Gonna go down to, let's see, grass. No, wait, that's meadow. We got meadow there in this case, so you can get rid of it that way. Okay, and then if it was grass, hang on, let me get out of that. Let me turn this off so I can show you. That one's grass. So if you needed to get rid of it, you click on grass. And you can get rid of that one. Well, actually, it gets rid of any of them. Okay, so you can get rid of it that way. So I'm going to undo that because I don't need to do that. And I'm not leaving that. I was deciding what grass I want. And I picked meadow is what I'm thinking. So, but anyway, you can remove that way by picking it on one of these. I thought it would do it that way. It seemed like it would have normally. Let me see. Yeah, so you'd have to put it on one of them. Let me go back down. Let me see. Yeah. So put it on whatever one. And I would just put it on meadow grass if it's meadow grass or whatever. And go from there. So I'm going to undo that since I've already got mine ready. And if you want to paint, you go to the terrain paint mode. And you come up, roll up in this list. Make sure you have your this on add if you want to, so you can add it. And then you're going to pick what you want here. In this case, I picked concrete. And if you want dirt, you can click on dirt and do dirt. And if you want, you can use the Control R feature and basically hover over the grass. Which you see that grass underneath this actual meadow stuff, that's what you would be grabbing, and you're going to hit Control R as in Richard and it'll grab grass. And then if you want cement and you see some, you can hit Control R and then it'll grab the cement, and then you have it again. As you can see, it changed. And so the same with any of these, and pick what you want, put it down. Alright, so now you have your spot ready. Now make sure you can measure it by bringing it into the game. Into the editor. So hit import, roll down to wherever you got your game installed at, and mine's on D, yours could be on C drive. And for the new people, I say this for them, they may not know, you can go under program files, sometimes it might be under there. You go under Steam, let me see, Steam apps, common, double clicking all these, and then I have my FS19 one here. And then you would go to data, and if it was 22, you'd go to 22, data, and so on. Okay? So I'm not going to do that I'm gonna go here to D because that's where mine's at. Yours could be on something else if you put your game, installed your game on another drive. So I don't know where yours would be. So just look for it. Alright, go to D drive, Steam library, double clicking all these that I'm gonna click. Steam apps, common, Farming Simulator 22, and if you accidentally do that, click back off of it and then double click it again. And then double click data, and okay, so now we're here. We're going to go under placeables, then we're going to go under plan ET in this case. Now there are other bunkers. If you go under lizard, you can get to bunker silo here and double click it, and you got a large one, a medium one, and a small one. I was going to do this one, the large one, but I decided on the even larger square one. This one's a large, long, tall one. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to go back to placeables. I'm going to go to plan ET, and then I'm going to go to BGA bunker silo, and I'm going to double click, and then I'm going to click on that to highlight it. Pops up the name there. I'm going to hit open. It's going to pop it in. I'm not going to move it into the placeholders right now. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. And while it's highlighted, I'm going to hit Control B as in boy. Left mouse click over here where I want it. And as you can see, I need to turn it. Like so. And then you're going to get it exactly where you want it, okay? And then after you put this here, you may see that your grass is a little bit in there, or you didn't quite get it big enough. And what you're going to do is just adjust all that. Basically, you go up here, click on this, change it, go up here, paint more, whatever you got to do. Okay, now I'm not going to worry about those numbers being perfect because I already have the numbers, and I will but you would want to get yours exactly how and where you want it, and you want to lower it as flat as you can get it. Now in this case, mine's not where I had originally done it. So what I'm going to do to show you, just because I don't remember the number and I don't want to try to fight with it, you would just lift it up and down to get there. I'm going to go in my XML to the one I already have done and get these numbers. So this is going to be my up and down one in the middle here. Make sure I get the minus if there is one. No, there's not. Okay. And copy. And I'm going to minimize. And we'll paste that right here. And you'll see it go down, and I got it level, as you can see. Now that's what you're going to want to go for, get it as level as you can. And even mine might not even be perfectly level, but you know, do the best you can. You can lift yours, like I say, up and down, whatever. Okay, and these numbers don't match those others, but they're probably pretty close. But what we're going to do is, before we do these numbers and do our placeables XML, we're going to go ahead and go in game. Now I'm going to show you what to do. I'll go ahead, I guess, and hit save. Well, I really don't have to. I don't have to hit save yet. You could hit save because you did yours and got it ready. But go ahead, you can go ahead and hit save on that one. And I'm not, because I'm going to be deleting it pretty quick. I'm going to open the game. I'm going to go in there, and we're going to get the information through a save game. So we need to remember what save game we're going in. So as soon as this opens up, alrighty, it's being slow. I don't even think I've opened it today, so that's probably why. Let's hope it gets with it. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Channel's growing quickly, and I appreciate every single one of you. Go ahead and smash that like button if you like tutorials and these map making videos. I appreciate everybody. If you haven't seen, I've made some simulator games, so go check them out on my playlist, and you can watch those as well. Now you're going to click on here, pick a game save, and this one's going to be 15, so I'm going to click that one, hit continue. Make sure you remember what game save it was, and then go to the map that you just saved where you did your work. We're going to go in here, hit start. Alright, and we should be alright, unless I might have to take that mod out of there. Let's see if it'll load. I had stuck a mod in there I was testing. It might not let me load, but it should. It should load this. We'll see. Shouldn't take too terribly long. Once we get in there, it won't take long to do this part. But we're coming along, trying to get some things on the main farm done so I can kind of get that situated a little bit. And then I'm going to be moving on. I think I'm going to work on the roads next a little bit. I'm not sure. Kind of just seeing what I want to do. Deciding some things. There we go. We're almost done. Alrighty. There we go. Oh, did I hit the wrong map? Really? Oh man. Let's get out of here. Well, technically we could do it in here, but I was wanted to go to my map for a certain region. I thought I clicked the right one. Must have backed off of it or something. Must have went back. Is my map not in there? What happened to it? Oh, I added one. That's what happened. And it's Elm Creek. Okay, that's all it is. My bad. I had did a something for somebody. I forgot what I did. I was showing somebody something, and I put that map in there. So that's what happened. Alright, we should be good now. It should do it. There we go. Getting there. Alrighty. Alright, now we're at the store. And obviously we're not completely through here. So what we're going to do is just rent. Actually, no, we're not even going to do that. We're going to go ahead and try to point ourselves in this direction. Hit this, hit these 3 lines, hit construction, double click it, hit silos, scroll down till this one here. Now this is the one I was gonna do, and you can do any one of these, really whatever you want, but in this case this is what we're working on. We're gonna click that. Oops, I don't have the money. Alright, let's go borrow the money. They want to make us work. Alright, let's get enough money for that. And get a little extra because we got to buy some tractors in the next... Well, we don't need it for this one. Alright, so let's just get in there and get to work. Alright, silo. This one. And then start running it this way because it's way over here. We got to get to the land that we own. So it's way over here. Alright, come on. Where are we at? Where's it at? Hope I'm going the right way. What in the world? Where am I? Okay. Okay, I went too far. I think I gotta back up. No? I must have went the complete wrong direction. See, that's why I don't like to do it that way. Hang on, let me escape. What I'm going to do is, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is get a vehicle and go to where you want to go. Because then, you don't got a million miles to try to hover around with that thing. Alright, let's lease this truck. I like to do it this way so you can see the stuff anyway we've been doing. Alright. Alright, off we go. Let's do it this way. I hadn't put that in yet, but that's a gas station. Working on it. There we go. Right over this hill. Alright, I'm gonna park it here. Get out. Now it'll be easier to find. Instead of searching everywhere. Alright. So let's pull it over this way. Hopefully we can find a spot to put it. It don't matter about that one. I'm just trying to get a spot I can throw it. It don't matter if it changes to ground. I'm just getting it in there to get the information. Okay, hit escape, and as you can see, it's in there. And you can tell that it's the one you want or whatever by looking, seeing. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you something, show you something. See where it says fill level chaff 0, compacting 0. Okay? I'm going to show you something. Like if you have a problem when you walk on this, after you put it in your XML, if it says silage, fermenting silage, and it says 0%, or like, and you hadn't even done anything, I can show you what's wrong. I'm going to show you what's wrong in the XML. Now this one has the right thing for whatever reason. Oh, because it's still in the map. That's why I never deleted the XML. But anyway, this is what we're placing down, and we're going to save the game and get that information from that save game 15. Just remember, make sure you remember what it was that you used. Alright, and then we're going to jump on out. It's not that hard. It's pretty straightforward. It can be a pain though when one little thing goes wrong, and I will explain that in a minute so you can get some ideas for troubleshooting too. Alright, so now we have our information. We just got to go get it. And it's going to be over here. We're just going to get out of there and go to where it is, which is, it's going to be in your documents. My games, double click. Farming Sim 22, double click. Go to, in this case, save game 15, double click. Going to go to the placeables folder. Left click on it, right click on it, and then edit with Notepad++. Hit yes to open it up. And as you can see, it's this next one here. Alright. And you're just going to take that from, click it there, and then highlight it. And then you're going to hover over here, right click on it, and click copy, okay? Just make sure you start here on this one that doesn't have the / and go to the one that's the placeable one with the /. Just that line of 2 lines of information, and these here, these bracket things. So let's go ahead. We're going to minimize, and then you're going to go ahead and click on Farming Sim 22 up here. Then you're going to go to your map. Technically, you're going to want to put it in the mods folder to be working from here, but if you didn't, go wherever you put it. But obviously to test it, you're going to have it in your mods folder, so it's best to just put it in there. And then we're going to go to XML, and yours might not be in the XML. Okay, I'm going to get out of there and show you. If you're in a regular one that looks like this, go under Maps, Maps US, and there's Placeables. And then you're going to open that. Right click, edit with Notepad++. In my case, it's going to be under XML folder here, and then here. So it just depends where your placeable XML is. Okay, go open it. Alright, now that we're in here, as you can see, I already have it, but let's pretend I don't have it, or we'll just click on this one here and hit enter, and then we'll click over here and right click, put that at the beginning, hit paste. Now I have it in here again. Now we're going to ignore that one for a minute because I'm showing you how to do it. As you can see, this ID is the same. Okay, so if we had 2 of them, we don't need that ID to stay the same. It needs to be different, and it would need to be different if there's any other IDs up here. And I have seen people say just delete the whole ID, so you could possibly do that if you want, as long as it's different. That's the main thing, and it doesn't match anything else up there. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to explain something to you. When I was explaining in the game about if you go in there and it says fermenting silage 0%, and you hadn't even put nothing in, it won't let you compact it when you do put it in, and it won't register that something's there, I can tell you what's wrong. And I can tell you because I had an issue with mine. It was just being a pain. Alright, so this right here, when I had went in the game to place mine down, just to check it, I put some grass in it, and then I compacted it or whatever, and I might have even put the white cover on it, and then I saved it, and I came in here, came to the save game 15 or wherever it was, and copied it and brought it over here, but it had information in here at that point because I had put something in it. So it had stuff in the field level, stuff in the compacted field level, and I think it left that 0 because it didn't give it time to do that. But this here changed to state 1. So that was what was wrong. It's why it wouldn't work for me when I would go back in after I did everything else right. So if you're having a problem and you can't do your stuff and it says fermenting silage right when you get in there for your bunker, then you have stuff in these numbers here and they need to be 0. So state 0 is before you've done anything and put anything in there. If it says state 1, then you're not going to be allowed to put anything in it. You can dump it there, but it's not going to let you compact it. It's going to think that there's something already there. Okay? So make sure all these are 0, 0, and then these going to need to be 0 like that, and all that. Okay? Now, once you get this in here, I'm going to be deleting this one in a minute, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Go back to the editor. Alright? You're going to pick these numbers. Now, obviously, mine's going to be different than these numbers because I didn't really make it perfect. But you're going to have the right numbers because you're going to make yours perfect. Now, pretend you've made it perfect. You're happy with the placement of it. If you're going to put it in a placeholders folder, you need to go ahead and click on it with your scroll wheel. Hold it down. Drag it up to placeholders. If you don't have a placeholders folder, you need to make one. Go up here, hit create, transform group, title it placeholders like you see here, and then come down here and you're going to need to type this keyboard, O-N capital C R-E-A-T-E, and then you're going to, come on mouse, it's a new wireless mouse, it's being a pain, so is the keyboard. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Script callback, and then you're going to click script callback is the type and hit add. I'm not going to do it, but that's what you would do. Okay, so now we're going to get rid of that. That's going to add this line here with an empty box. Okay, so at that point you're going to take this line, capital P and lowercase LACEHOLDERS dot lowercase O-N, capital C, lowercase R-E-A-T-E. And that's what you're going to put in this box. And then you're going to have it where it will work. And then you're going to take this and put it in there, like I said, the placeholders folder. And what that'll do is make this invisible, this i3D that you have invisible in the in-game of your map. And then it'll only call the XML file that we put in that placeables folder, and that's what it'll read from. Okay, and if you don't want to do the placeholders folder, don't worry about it. After you grab these numbers, click back on here. After you grab these numbers and put them in that XML file, or the placeables XML file, you can delete this bunker and then hit save. Okay, so if you just hit save after that. After you finish it, if you got it in your placeholders folder, you don't have to delete it. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and show you how to get the numbers. Click at the end of translate X, hit shift control C as in cat, and these aren't going to be the right numbers, but like I said, I'm deleting it afterwards, so it don't matter. And what you'll do is you can just go back to where you were if you left it right on there. If you didn't, go back to your XML, Farming Simulator, mods, the whole deal, or documents, my games, Farming Simulator 22 mods, the map name, the XML, or however yours is, maps US, whatever. Go to the placeables, right click, edit with Notepad++, come in here, and right here where this position is, put your translation in there, and then you're going to right click and hit paste, and then if you have a 7 ID, you need to change this one. You probably won't because it'll be the only one you're probably doing. But remember, if you do any more than these, if you do 2 or 3 of them, change the ID. And then we're going to go back to wherever in the world the editor is, as soon as I can get this to work. And we're going to get these bottom half numbers, rotate X. We're going to put it at the end of it. Remember the numbers. Shift Control C. We're going to go back. to where we were, which is here. And we're going to put it in there. And right click and paste. And there's the numbers. Okay, as you can see, the numbers are slightly different than my numbers. Because like I said, I didn't situate it exactly, but it's pretty close. Look how close I had it. I was pretty close. And then of course I made that 90 since it was so close. But then you would save it. Okay? And after you save it, you can go test it out. After you've saved it in the in-game, in the Giants editor and in here, you're good to go. Okay? I'm going to delete this because I don't need it, but you would come up here and hit save. And then you'll be able to go on in the game and test it. So I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to backspace 1 to get that up there. And I'm going to hit save. And I'll check it. It says 0. Everything's 0. Good. Should be good. And you don't have to worry about any of that. Alright. So now, we're going to go back. And like I said, you can delete it if you don't have it in a placeholders folder. And then save it. Or put it in a placeholders folder that you put this information down there. And then hit save. So we're going to hit save. Which probably ain't the best idea because of them numbers. But it should still work. Because it's in a placeholders folder and it's not going to care what these numbers say. We'll see what happens. Alright. So now we're going to go in the game. And go to the map. Look at the hours. 6.6. Isn't that crazy? Oh my. Come on, load up. I can't wait till it says 7.7. Well, this thing's going to take a minute. There's a lot of stuff open. Alrighty. There we go. Now let's go on over here. We're going to delete this 15 since we don't need it no more. We already got our information. Now we'll go on in there. It's a new one. Put it back on the map. Continue. And now when we go in there, you'll see that the bunker silo or the BGA silo, bunker silo works. But what we're going to do is grab us some equipment to show you. And hopefully that helps and helps you with troubleshooting. And I'm glad it happened to me so I could tell you. Because a lot of times something happens and there's one number. Just one number needed to be changed to 0. So, and you look at it and everything looks right. And you forget about the state that it needed to know what state you were in. And it was in the state of needing to be chaff put in it. So what we're going to do is hit P. We're going to get this tractor, this one. We'll just put it on this one. Lease it. Yes. Back. Go to this. Get your mower. Grab this one here. Lease it. And move along. Forage wagon. Grab it. Lease it. Yes and yes. Back and back. Alright, let's get in there and get to work. I gotta hurry so I'll be able to post the video. It doesn't like it when I play these simulator games anymore right now. Gotta figure that out with this Wi-Fi situation. Alright, get in there. What are you doing? Alrighty. You can hear the birds are hollering. Alrighty. Let's get on down the road. And we'll go see what we got here. We can go this way just to have a look around. I'm thinking about making the road go this way. Having a way to get to the back. Straight or turn. We'll see. I hadn't situated it obviously yet. But this is just the basics. It's going to come around. It's going to come around here. Gonna have some houses, I think, up in here. Come on down this way. Probably some trees up there. And then there's gonna be a road that connects over here somehow to cut through. This is the horses then it's going to cut through here so I can get it right on over here easily. And I'm going to touch in there and so show you. See, it says fill level chaff 0. That's correct. Compacting 0. That's correct. If it says fermenting silage 0, then you got a problem. If it's empty, if you've never put nothing in it, it's a problem. It means you did that wrong, and it needs to know that the state needs to be 0. Okay, in the XML. So let's turn this on. I'm gonna put that open. Put it down, hit B, go ahead and hit G to go to the back, V to lower. Oh, it's jumped me over here somehow. Alright, let's see. Alright, there we go. Got that on. Now let's cut some of this. I'm not going to mix the grass. As you can see, I was just painting it there to decide what to get. Obviously, there'll be horses in front of this one. I believe that was what this one is, horses. Alrighty. We're just going to get enough to put in there, and then we're going to go ahead and put it in. I don't know what's going on. Oh, the mower's off or something? There we go. Alright. Head on over here. Looks like it's off. It is. That's okay. Alright, so see, it wasn't quite low enough. See how it bumped it? But anyway, what we can do is go on and get this off. Lift that up. Turn that off. Come on. It's being a little bit of a pain. Alright. There we go. Pull on in. We're going to hit Control I and dump it. Alright. And then we're going to drive over it. As you can see, the numbers compacting. And it's obviously compacting even though I'm not over it. There we go. Now it's compacted. Now I'm going to back up. We're going to jump out. And we're going to hit R as in Richard. And now it says fermenting silage. Okay, now that's what it would have said if you had made a mistake when you first did it before you put any grass in. If it says that when you come over here, then you got a problem. If you've never put anything in and it won't let you compact anything, and it says this right away before you did anything, then that's where your problem is. You got to change that state to 0. But now that's what you got to do to get it to work. And here we go. We got it to work. And then, of course, if it waits the time limit, which I'm not going to do because it, takes too long, it'll tell how much percent it's done and it'll finish out. But anyway, we're going to call that a video here. I don't want to make it too long. But as you can see, everything's getting going. I'm trying to get some things done. I figured this would be a nice size one. And it'd be by the shed and by the animals, and it'll be a nice little area to cut this grass and stuff. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.